so I'm going to work on going over this. So what I know is that we are definitely going to do this. And so what we're going to do is, so for this one, it's this one is 2/3. Okay. So they give us the double check here. So PN is 2/3. Well, sorry, it's going to be 1/3. So it is going to be 1/3. So this one right here. So it's saying this length right here. I think hope I did the right thing. Okay, so it's going to be 1/3. Let me make it bigger so you all can see this. Okay, so it's going to be this length right here is 3. So what we have is that this is 1/3 of the length of LB. And since it's one length of the LB, so I put BP over LB is equal to 1/3. And so we're going to put, I'm going to substitute in, so I'm going to put 3. You can use X or LB over 1/3. And then we just cross multiply and divide. So X times 1 is X, 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so this one it says find AN and our length right here. So we got this. Our length of PN is 12. So this length right here is 12. And this is 2/3. And I can tell because it's longer than AB right here, AP. So we're going to find AN. So I'm going to put PN over AN because that's the entire length is equal to 2/3. I'm going to substitute in my value of 12 for PN over X, and then we just cross multiply and divide. Okay, so 12 times 3. So then we're going to have 36. Half of 36 is 18. Okay, so for these ones, we have that if we're going to KJ to the mid segment, we're going to divide by 2. So the length of KJ is 9. Divide by 2. We're going the other way. So they want us to find the length of DF. We're going to multiply by 2. So 9 times 2 is 18. The length of DF is 18. Okay, for the next one, so what we have, so we're going to do a drawing. We have our original garage, so it's 6 by 12 feet. And then we're going to have our new garage, which is going to have a length of, we don't know that length, but we know that the width is going to be 20. How much rope are you going to need? I'm going to have to find this first. So how much rope is going to be the perimeter, okay, so of the new garage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up. So I'm going to set it up as a proportion. So 6 is the width of the old one. The width of the new one is 20. Length of our old one is 12. Length of our new one, we don't know. So we're going to set it up as a proportion. So I'm going to put width over length. Our old one is equal to width of our new one over the length of our new one. And then we just cross, multiply, and divide, everybody. We got this. 12 times 20 is 240. Divide that by 6, then we get 40. So our length of our new one is 40. And now I can use that to figure out how much rope that we need, okay, to stake off where the concrete will go forward. So we're doing this whole thing. So remember rectangles, opposite sides are congruent. So if this side is 40, this side is 40 also. Opposite side is 20. Okay, so for perimeter for a new one, it's going to be 2 times our width plus our length. And I'm just going to substitute that in. So I'm going to put 20 plus 40 is 60. 2 times 60 is 120 feet. So that would be our answer for that one. Okay, our next one. So for this one, it says find the area. Remember, area is squarea. So it says find the length of DEF. So that's this one. Okay, so they want to know the area of this one. We have our area for this one. Okay, so what we're going to do is it's going to be our side. So over our second side, and we square those. So that's why with the area, it's area squarea. Okay, so it's going to be 10 over 20. And with the zeros, we can cancel those out. So now we have 1/2. 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. Okay, and then this was 65. And I'm going to do an X, but you could also do A, whichever one works for you. And then all we have to do is just cross multiply and divide. So we're just going to cross multiply these. So 4 times 65, we get 260. So our area is 260 inches squared. Area squarea. You got this, everybody. Okay, for our next one, it's find the volume of the volume X. Okay, so everybody, that's this one. So we're trying to find the volume of X. They give us that our volume of Y is 114. So for that rectangular prism, it's 114. Volume, we're going to cube it. How I think of that, everybody, is it's going to be, we cube it. So we cube the lengths that we have. Whatever dimensions they give us. In this case, they give us the sides. Okay, so we're going to cube them. But if they gave us the radius for a cylinder, we would cube that too, or the diameter. So it's going to be the volume of X and the volume of Y. Actually, it would be the radius that we use for volume. Okay, for so for this one, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to substitute in 16 over 8. And what I want to show you with that is we can actually simplify that. 8 goes into 16 2 times. So now we can have 2 over 1 and cube that, everybody. We want to make our lives as easy as possible. Okay, so we have our, this is our volume, our X. We're trying to find this. We have 114. I simplify it, so now we need to do this. So we're going to cube it. So 2 cubed is 8. 1 cubed, 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So we get 8 over 1. And then we just cross multiply and divide. So you got this. And we get, so the volume is 912 centimeters cubed. Okay, next one. So for the Ferris wheel, so it casts a shadow. We love our shadow puns, right? So we're going to have our Ferris wheel, and it casts a 20-meter shadow. And they want to know how tall, so the height of the Ferris wheel. And they have a man that is 1.9 meters tall. Yes, this is not the scale, and 2.4. Okay, so we're going to set this up as a proportion. So it's going to be height of the Ferris wheel over the shadow length of 20 is equal to the height of the man over 2 4/10. We're just going to cross multiply and divide. Okay, so 20 times 1 8/10 is 36, and then we just go ahead and divide that. By 2 4/10, and we get 15. So the height of the Ferris wheel is 15 meters. Not very tall. Maybe it's like the Ferris wheel at Freestone Park. Okay, so for this one, so this one actually has 2. So if you see, there's actually 2 triangles in here. So we have 1 8/10. Okay, and his shadow length is 6. So I'm just taking and pulling this one out. Okay, and then they say the height of the shadow is, we want to know the height of the tower, and that the shadow, is 6. Okay, so for this one, so we're going to put, so same thing. Right here so I can see it. Okay, so we're going to do height of the man over the length of the shadow is equal to the height of the tower, which we don't know, over 60. We're just going to cross multiply and divide. 1 and 8 tenths times 60. We get 108. And then we're just going to divide that by 6. That will give us the height of the tower. So that tower, again, it's not too tall either. It's 18 meters. Okay, everybody, you got this.